Welcome back to the Sat Village podcast. I'm your host, Tristan Chater, co-founder of Sat Village, a conscious eco-village tucked away in the misty green hills of Sintra, Portugal, just a short drive from the ocean, the forest, and the city, but a world away from the rush of modern life. This is episode 12 in our 15-part series, where we take you deep into the vision and values behind Sat Village and the practical details of what it means to live here. If you're joining us for the first time, Sat Village is our eco-village in the making, with 18 homes and a community center. It's located right next to a natural forest and very close to the ocean, allowing for a lifestyle in connection with nature and like-minded neighbors who feel like family. Each episode is inspired by one of our blog posts on satvillage.com, and today's topic comes up all the time when people first reach out to us. Today's episode is all about pricing and financing a home in Sat Village, what we know so far, what we're still working out, and some key things you should think about if you're considering joining us here. But before we dive in, a quick reminder. If you're feeling drawn to what we're building, whether you're just curious or seriously considering joining, be sure to head to satvillage.com and sign up for our mailing list. We also offer video calls where we can connect personally, answer your questions, and see if it's a good fit. Because Sat Village isn't for everyone, and that's exactly the point. All right, let's talk about money. And more than that, let's talk about value. When we first started this project, one of the first things we knew people would ask was, what's the price? And how do I pay for this? Some folks are looking to sell their current home and move here full time. Others plan to keep their existing house, maybe rent it out, and finance their Sat Village home through a mortgage. I have even spoken to someone who plans to remortgage her current home and use the funds to buy a house in Sat Village. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Everyone's situation is different. And to be clear, this is not financial advice. We are just sharing some personal experiences to give you an idea of the possibilities. And that's what this episode is really about. So, what about the pricing? Here's the honest truth. We're still finalizing the technical and legal structure of the project. That means we're not quite ready to announce final prices just yet. But we're getting close. And the best way to stay up to date is to sign up for the mailing list on our website. That way, you'll be first in line when we release full pricing details and availability. Also, and this is important, there are only 17 units available for sale. We're keeping one for ourselves, and already several units are unofficially reserved. So if you're serious about joining, it's wise to get on the list early. Sometimes, in informal conversations, I do give an indication of the price because it gives people an idea of what we're aiming for. But I prefer not to name prices in our communication online for the moment. If you're interested to get a feel for pricing, then you might book a video call for a personal chat. Let's carry on. So, I've worked in construction and property management for many years. I've seen what happens when developers cut corners to hit the lowest possible price. It looks good at first, but a few years in, roofs start leaking, mold creeps in, windows crack, plumbing fails, and that's not what we're building here. At Sat Village, we're not willing to compromise on essential quality, especially not when it comes to ecological integrity. That means high-quality, eco-conscious building materials, and that's reflected in the pricing. But here's the good news. Because we're building at scale, we can still keep things relatively affordable, especially compared to similar homes with the same quality standards. To be sure that we're not just biased, we had a certified appraiser look at the project and assess the market value. The result is that our estimated pricing is currently about 40% below market value. Yes, 40% below. That was a huge confirmation for us that we're on the right path, building homes that are not only beautiful and durable, but also within reach for the right people. It also means that as a first mover, you have the benefit of buying your house at a discount, so to speak. Sat Village is not a non-profit project, but it is most certainly not a highly commercial project either. We maintain what we consider to be fair prices for the value that is offered. Because don't forget, when you buy a property in Sat Village, you're not just buying a house and surrounding garden. You're also becoming a co-owner of shared spaces, which includes the central building where events and healing sessions happen, the shared gardens and parking area, and the natural pond and other water management infrastructure that we talked about in the last episode. Apart from the facilities in this phase, you are buying into the vision of Sat Village, which will develop over the years, adding other shared facilities as we go. I have talked about this in other episodes, so I won't go into future facilities now. But the idea is that everything is geared towards a conscious lifestyle, in community, and with a focus on personal well-being. You should definitely check out our blog, where we go deeper into the well-being aspect. You're also becoming part of a community built around shared values. So the price you pay isn't just for square meters of floor space, it's for a whole lifestyle, one that supports health, connection, and purpose. Personally, I am 100% clear that the value proposition we offer is far beyond what any project I know of can offer. Now, this could become a source for speculation, as you might think to buy a home and sell it straight away for a nice big profit. And if that is your idea, I would say this, that we are not against market dynamics, and we all know that our money loses value every day due to inflation. So, we are not against selling your house for a higher price than the original price you paid for it. That is only fair if you take these factors into account. However, we will be putting certain legal mechanisms in place to prevent opportunistic investors who are just in it to make a fast buck. No disrespect, but please find another project for this type of business. Let's talk about financing. All right, you've fallen in love with Sat Village. Now the big question is, how do you pay for it? Let's start by repeating our little disclaimer. We are not financial advisors, so this isn't financial advice, but we can share some insights based on our own experience and what we've seen from others. If you're able to pay for your home upfront, there's a clear benefit, which is that you avoid loan-related costs during construction. That means you save on interest rates, bank fees, and administrative charges, which is great for you and great for us too because we don't have to deal with banks. But if you choose to wait until the house is completed before paying, then we, as the developers, would have to finance the construction ourselves. That means taking out commercial loans, which come with higher fees and interest rates, and those costs would have to be passed on to the buyer. So paying upfront really helps keep overall costs lower. If you are looking to get a mortgage, then take the following into account. Mortgages for vacation homes or non-primary residences are a bit different from standard ones, and there are a lot of factors to take into account here. We strongly recommend working with a competent, experienced, and local financial advisor who knows the Portuguese system well. Here's what we know, which is not financial advice. In general, it's possible to get a mortgage that covers 70% to 80% of the property's market value. Since our homes are priced significantly below that market value, some buyers might be able to get a mortgage that covers the entire purchase price. Just take into account that the bank will want to get an understanding of your financial situation, like income and so forth. To be clear, this is not a promise. It is just what we have heard from the financial advisors that we spoke to ourselves. Also, don't forget the extra costs like property taxes, notary fees, administrative charges, legal expenses, and others. So even if your mortgage covers the house, you'll still need some cash on hand for these additional costs. A question might be, can foreigners buy property in Portugal? Well, that is a question that we can't answer for everybody, as there are a lot of factors involved. What we can say is that anyone buying property in Portugal needs a NIF number, which is like a local tax ID number. You'll need a NIF number for opening a bank account, signing utility contracts, buying property, and even receiving public medical care. So if you're serious about moving forward, it's worth getting your NIF sorted early. You can do it yourself, or work with a local facilitator or lawyer who can help streamline the process. As we are reaching the end of this episode, I would like to offer a word on financial responsibility. At Sat Village, one of our core values is to reduce the cost of living, so that we can all focus more on what really matters: family, health, free time, nature, purposeful work, and community. We want the same for everyone who joins us. That's why we urge you to take a practical, realistic approach to financing. We don't want anyone overextending themselves financially, only to feel stressed later on. This is meant to be a step toward freedom, not toward pressure. So, take your time, get the right support, and be honest with yourself about what you can manage. I promise there will be other opportunities in future if this is not the right time for you. If this episode sparked something for you, if you're sitting there thinking, this actually sounds like the kind of life I've been looking for, then don't hesitate to reach out. We offer personal video calls where we can connect, get to know each other, and help you explore whether this might be the right next chapter for you. And remember, we'll be pre-selling the homes either late 2025 or early 2026. The timing's not exact yet, but we're getting close. So if you want to be among the first to receive full details, pricing, floor plans, and availability, then go ahead and sign up for our pre-sale info package on the website. Thanks so much for tuning into the Sat Village podcast. I hope this episode helped you better understand the financial aspect of joining Sat Village and gave you a sense of the care and intention we're putting into every part of this project. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone you think might resonate with our vision. Let's bring together a truly aligned group of people, the future residents and neighbors of Sat Village. We've still got a few more episodes to go in this series, so stay tuned. Until next time, I'm Tristan, co-founder of Sat Village. Thanks again for listening. Take care, and maybe we'll see you here someday.
Sat Village, where the roots run deep. We wake with the earth and her soul we keep. Harmony grows where the rivers meet. Sat Village, where the truth feels sweet. Hands in the soil, we sow and reap the stories of life and the seeds we keep. Laughter echoes through the open air, a circle of love, we're always there. Integrity flows like the morning stream. We live the dream, we live the dream. Sat Village, where the roots run deep. We wake with the earth and her soul we keep. Harmony grows where the rivers meet. Sat Village, where the truth feels sweet, feels sweet. Whispers, stars take their place. In every shadow we see her face. The earth our guide through time and space. Her song is ours, her gentle embrace. Moonrise whispers, stars take their place. In every shadow we see her face. The earth our guide through time and space. Her song is ours, her gentle embrace.